Well, here I am at Richard Rees Kennel, a kennel absolutely steeped in history, as these signs prove. Grandad and Dad both won the Greyhound Derby. So far, Richard's biggest success is the Grand National, which is not to be sniffed at, but you'd like to change that plaque, wouldn't you, sometime?
Yeah, it's only going to get changed when I win one of these.
When's that going to happen?
Well, hopefully this year. You never know.
You've got 3 entries this year, of course. So Southwood Jet, who we'll see later on, got injured, but three good chances. Your kennel's going really well in terms of quality of dog you've got in.
Yep, we've got the better class of dog in now. Touchwood, everything's going to plan so far, apart from Jet, obviously. But no, we've got 3 nice dogs for it.
Hilight Arkle would be the best chance of yours, and you are feeling very confident, aren't you?
Yeah, I think from what he's done so far for us, he's met 2 of the good Irish dogs. He's got beat a shorthead by 1, and he's beat the other dog. He hasn't done nothing wrong for us so far. So he's lightly raced. Yeah, no, he's a great dog.
Do you feel as confident at this stage with him as you did this time before the Derby in 2020 with Jet?
Yep, exactly the same. Exactly the same. He's, how can you put it? He's had the same prep. Everything's gone to plan for us. And yeah, no, I'd be confident with the luck. You need the luck.
What a strong-looking bull of a dog he is. You
Yeah.
won't be worried about him going into the first bend, will you?
No, please God. He is a strong dog, real strong dog.
Obviously, you've been coming and going to Towcester for races and trials, and you were even involved in that session on Tuesday that was cancelled, unfortunately. But you're loving Towcester, though, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it's great. Listen, I think Towcester have done a great job. I think they're trying their hardest. If things are wrong, they're putting it right. Yeah, I've got no complaints whatsoever. None at all.
We know we want to change this plaque. How much would it mean to you to do it this
Oh,
year?
it mean the world. Who knows? It might be this year, it might be another 10 years, you never know.
But it will happen.
Please God.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, I'm joined now by Charlie Rees, who is, of course, kennel hand to his dad, and we've got Hilight Arkle here as well, who is probably the best chance of a Derby winner in the Rees camp now. Hilight Arkle is a January 2019 out of Good News, who's really thrown some good dogs, Charlie, and obviously being a January 2019, we've probably not seen the finished article yet.
No, and to be fair, I think in the last few months he's, really turned the corner. We left him off, aiming for the Derby, gave him a sprint back at Hove and he done 16:14, which was obviously brilliant. And then he followed it up again the next week with the same time. And then we gave him 1 4-bend trial at Hove and thought, right, he needs to have a race because he was so short of racing. Wasn't really expecting much because he needed the run, but he obviously went and won, and then took him to Towcester and he's going really well. Got picked up by Beach Avenue, which there's no shame in that, and then beat Newinn Session. Yeah,
absolutely, beat Newinn Session by half a length, so that must give you loads of hope going into the Derby.
Yeah, because obviously if you watch Newinn Session in Ireland, he turned exactly the same position behind Knocknable Sid and just went straight past him down the back. So, Arcol held him off and seems to be getting stronger with every race. So yeah, really pleased.
He's all about early pace, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the sprint times at Hove, the splits he's been doing, and the best thing about it is I think he can run from pretty much any box. Seems to go straight enough to the bends. He seems to rail a bit on the bends, but to the corner he goes straight. But yeah, he's got a lovely bit of early, so looking good.
He's only had 5 races for you guys. Do you feel like you're still learning about him?
Yeah, because the main thing is in open class we haven't seen him led yet. He missed the break in an A1 once, but showed really good pace in the race. But we know he's going to be a front runner, but it'll be interesting to see what he's done if he's led to the corner.
He's got a great attitude. You can see here he's a very strong dog, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the difference with him is, he's a dog that wants to win. In his solo trials he done 29:78, but you put him in a race and I think he's that kind of dog that will just keep plugging, depending who he's with.
Well, that 29:78 came on Thursday. That was his last sort of preparation trial after obviously things went wrong at Towcester on Tuesday. Were you happy enough with it?
Yeah, to be honest, the main thing was in that last trial was just coming off sound. Times were basically irrelevant. I mean, he's done the times and he's beaten the dogs, so the form's there. We just wanted him to come off all right, which he has done. So yeah, fingers crossed for the draw of him.
How hopeful, how far do you think he can go?
With the luck, I think he can go as far. I think he could, go as far as that can take him. He's got to obviously trap, he's got to go to the bend in front. But, as long as he keeps getting a good draw and as long as he keeps keeps coming out, I think he'll be fine.
Do you think if there was an award for best ears in the Derby, he would win it?
Yeah, I think he'd win it fairly easily.
Clearly not putting them up now that I've said that, but he does have these amazing ears. There we go, there's the ears. That is Hilight Arkle, who will line up in the first round of the Star Sports Derby. Well, I'm joined now by Richard Rees, and we've got amazing Wink here, who was runner-up in the Maiden Derby final at Towcester behind Thorn Falcon, a March 2008 dog. He's pretty cool and calm, this one, but you just described him, Richard, as a weird dog.
Yeah, he's weird. He's how can you put it? He's laid back. He does what he wants to do. Nothing phases him. But yeah, he's just a strange character.
He's running some top-class races, 8 races, but still to win for you. Hasn't won yet.
No, I know. He's second in 2 derbies, 2 derby finals. Never won a race for us. He's one of them dogs. How can you put it? We know he needs further. 4 bends isn't enough for him, but he's got the bit of class if he gets a run to run on and qualify. And like I say, the 2 derby finals have proved it. The better the dogs he runs with, the better he seems to get a run, and he come from last to second, 5th to second. He just stays on.
And as you said, he's a really strong running sword. So if nothing else, he's certainly one that could qualify, keep going through a few rounds.
Definitely, yeah. He's completely different to the other 2. But,
what about draw-wise? Where do you want him ideally?
Definitely on the inside. He definitely needs one. We made a mistake. We put him 6 bends at Monmore, and he got drawn in the middle, and it's a short run to the bend, which doesn't suit him. But like I say, if he draws the inside, and like I say, the better the dogs he's with, they can get away from him. If he gets a run, if he's good enough, you know, he's the sort that could keep qualifying for us.
His last preparation trial, 29.98. Are you happy enough with that?
Yeah, no, listen, the only thing I was happy is that they all come off sound, and they're going in the hat for the draw today, so that's all you can hope for.
So, first win, hopefully, going to come in the Derby.
Well, hopefully, yeah, please God. You never know.
How far can he go, do you think?
You wouldn't know. How can you put it? The Monmore race, he went in as a reserve. He actually beat Arcol in a trial round Monmore, picked him up, but then it was cold and Arcol likes the warmer weather. But no, he's a decent dog. He's a decent dog, and he could go a long way.
Well, there we go. Runner-up in the Maiden Derby at Towcester. He loves the track, that's for sure. Amazing Wink heads to the Derby. Well, Charlie Burnchurch Mick is the youngest of your team, just a May 2019. He's had 7 races over here. He won his first 2 actually at Towcester and Nottingham. You must have been so excited at that point.
Well, he actually wasn't with us when he was in them races. He was with Ted Soppett. He's moved down to us. We put him in the Puppy Derby. He was in with a good field and he was about 4 clear going into the 3rd bend, and then he picked up a little injury. So we brought him back slowly. He'd done some nice sprints at Hove. He took to the track, you know, fairly well at Towcester. We feel like he's been a little bit unlucky in his trial stakes with the draws. He was outside of a sprinter in his last race, but he's definitely one. I think, you know, he's just turned 2. He hasn't had a lot of running. I think the more this dog runs, I think he can turn into a nice little dog.
Yeah, his last 2 races at Towcester, he was beaten by King Louis, and then he was behind Priceless Jet in that track record breaking run. So he's been in tough races, but a very consistent sort of 29.80 dog, always in 29.80s.
Yeah, and to be fair, when he was in with Priceless Jet, he was in with King Louis, you know, and similar dogs, you know, of that calibre, and he beat them. I think he came 2nd and he held them all off. So, you know, the problem with him is I think he's going to want the rails. He's definitely got a lovely bit of early into the bend. He's done a 4.16 split in his trial on Thursday. But I just think the more he runs, I think the better he's going to get. He's going to get more confident. And yeah, I think he's definitely a dog that will get stronger.
So this is potentially the sort of improver of your kennel?
I think so, yeah. I think he's going a little bit under the radar at the moment. Obviously because, you know, there's not really a lot on his form, but, you know, he's definitely got the speed. He's done 16.27 at Hove, which, you know, you'll be happy with most dogs if they've done that. And I just definitely think the more he runs, he's going to be a nice little dog.
Well, that is Burnchurch Mick heading to Towcester at the weekend. Well, very sadly, here is one dog that won't be heading to Towcester for the Star Sports Derby. This is Southwood Jet, who was fancied to go really well, but sadly sustained a tendon injury. Richard, the dog was going so well, you must have been absolutely gutted.
Oh yeah, devastated. It's one of them things, when you've got fast dogs, things happen. But luckily, it's not as bad as we thought, but he will be out for 2 months.
So no derby for him. What will the plans be, everything being okay?
We're not going to plan nothing yet, but there'll be plenty more to come, because every time we seem to plan something, it goes wrong. So, yeah, there's plenty more races after the derby to go for, so fingers crossed.
It must be one of the hardest things about training greyhounds, because you gave him the whole winter off, everything just in mind for Towcester, seemingly a dog that would really suit Towcester, all the signs were good. And then just the wheels come off, hence why, as you say, you can't plan anything.
Yeah, no, that's right. Every time, it just seems that way. Every time you put a plan in, things go wrong. But like I say, it was gutting, but you just got to deal with it. It's happened, you can't change it.
He's looking very well though, and hopefully there'll be a big competition in him still.
Yeah, please God, yeah. Please God, there will.
There you go, Southwood Jet on the recovery trail really, but sadly not going to Towcester, but what a dog.